Well, reporter Jamelle Wells joins me now from the High Court in Sydney. Good afternoon, Jamelle. Can you just let us know, has there been any other reaction to today's verdict?
There haven't, but it wasn't a surprise that the High Court rejected Gina Reinhart's last-ditch appeal to try to have this case suppressed. The matter has been in and out of several courts since September, and she wanted details of the feud kept out of the public eye because it portrays her in a negative light. Some of the court papers we can now report on, now that the High Court has made its ruling today, include an email that she sent to 3 of her 4 children. She sent that email to them saying that they would face financial ruin unless they signed up on a new trust and made her head of it for a longer term. Now, that trust has about a 23% stake in her mining company, Hancock Prospecting, and her children had wanted to set up a separate trust. It was originally put in place by their grandfather, Lang Hancock, in 1992. And the stoush between Gina and her family started just before Christmas. It has been in and out of several courts, and today brings an end to her legal action in the matter.
Did the judge give any reasons as to why it was felt necessary for the suppression orders to be lifted?
Well, before Christmas, the case was started, and another judge in an appeal court ruled that it should be reported on. There was no reason why it couldn't. So Gina Reinhart's legal team then sprang into action and tried to come up with all sorts of alternative means of having the case suppressed and all sorts of alternative reasons. Now, a Court of Criminal Appeal judge revealed that it should be reported, and during argument for that matter, one of the lawyers in court said that it seemed an effort by Gina Reinhart to get a suppression on whatever she wanted and whenever she wanted to get a suppression. Today, the judges, there were 2 judges in the High Court, they said that the matter was essentially a family argument, a family disagreement, and they also discussed about whether or not it should be heard in a court in New South Wales, given that Gina Reinhart lives in Western Australia. But ultimately they upheld the Supreme Court judge's decision, and they didn't grant her leave to appeal against that ruling.
So where does this take the case now?
Well, the ABC and some other media outlets have lodged an application just about half an hour ago with the court in Sydney. We now want the children's statement of claim that was tendered to the court in the case against their mother, and we want documents that were tendered to the court outlining her response and her youngest daughter Gidea's response. So when we get those documents, we could get access within the next few hours. It may be a little longer. We'll be able to report more details. Perhaps there'll be more information about the finances involved and the amounts of money that are being talked about, and also the correspondence between Gina Reinhart and her 3 children in this matter.
And when does the dispute itself, when is that likely to return to the courtroom?
Well, we don't have a date for that yet, but if it does return now, it will be heard in open court. Gina Reinhart had wanted the matter settled in private arbitration or mediation, and she has argued all along that she had an agreement with her children that should any debate ever arise about the trust, that they would settle it privately. And she says that they've broken that agreement by doing what they've done.